First, she made us wait, and then she made some history. For months, Aaliyah Chavez made the basketball world wait. We were wondering, where will the number one recruit in the country, the scoring machine out of West Texas, where in the world will she go? The girl who wears occasionally some pink shoes and rocks out, where is she going? The one who had the seven-figure NIL buzz around her, the one who already has a huge fan base of fans, super fans, and also a whole bunch of skeptics as well. Where in the world will Aaliyah Chavez take her talents? And finally, yesterday, on Tuesday, Aaliyah Chavez was on ESPN, and she made it official. Specifically, she's on SportsCenter, which is actually pretty cool for a women's basketball player to make their announcement on ESPN. Anyway, she made it official that Aaliyah Chavez is heading to Norman, specifically going to the University of Oklahoma. Yes, that Oklahoma, the one whose fans were, when Aaliyah Chavez went to Oklahoma to take a visit, the fans went crazy. They went crazy. They were excited about her coming there. The one who had football players even trying to take photos with Aaliyah Chavez, a high school senior. You got college players who are like, hey, I want to take a photo with you because I know you a big deal on social media. This was a move that felt close to home because Oklahoma is close to West Texas. But let's be honest, guys. Let's be honest. Yes, Oklahoma is building something. Yes, Jenny Baranczyk is a great coach. Yes, Oklahoma is making some stuff happen. However, let's be honest, guys. This recruitment was a bidding war, and Oklahoma won. All right? At one point, LSU was right there in the mix. But according to On3, LSU ended up walking away from Aaliyah Chavez's camp after they reportedly asked for $1 million NIL deal. So, to be fair, her father, Sonny, denies that the Chavez camp ever made that request. However, he said that he's assuming that LSU just made that assumption that's what they were going to be asking for. He claims that the schools have been talking to their camp around money, and they're the ones who brought it up first, supposedly. Now, here's the deal. NIL money in the millions was a factor. Yes, her team denies it. However, we've seen multiple outlets say that Chavez's NIL deal could hit seven figures with projections between 1 million and 1.5 million. Sometimes in this day and age, you kind of have to pay to play. And that is exactly, in my opinion, what Oklahoma has done. But whatever the real number is, let's be clear. Oklahoma was ready to pay the price. Whatever it was for Aaliyah Chavez's name, for her game, for her viral reach, the Sooners backed up the Brinks truck. And Chavez, who has drawn interest from a ton of programs all around the country, narrowed it down to a Final Four, picked one to bet on. And now we'll see what happens. Now we will see what happens. She is betting on Norman, Oklahoma. And we'll see what happens. We will see. Because here's the deal. We have seen this girl on our screens for years. I remember first seeing Aaliyah Chavez like 3 years ago on social media. And it was like this video like, oh, here's this viral high school girl who's lighting it up and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, who is this girl? Like Aaliyah Chavez was everywhere for the last several years. But she had a origin story of her playing basketball. She didn't touch a basketball since she was 8 years old. When she touched the basketball, she couldn't catch a pass. She couldn't ride a bike. She couldn't really do anything. Her father said that she didn't have an athletic bone in her body. But then one day she went to a camp as a youngster and a switch flipped, and it never turned off. What ended up following was a huge decade-long climb of someone who was shy, someone who wasn't very good at basketball, all of a sudden being the number one recruit in the country. This is someone who, now, some of y'all may not know her. If YouTube Aaliyah Chavez, and I'm telling you, your recommended videos will be swarmed with Aaliyah Chavez. Like, she's everywhere, 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 everywhere. And here's the deal. She's someone who played on the varsity team as a freshman. And as a freshman in high school, she averaged 25.7 points a game. As a sophomore, she averaged 30 points a game. As a junior, she averaged 37.8 points a game. And as a senior, she averaged 34.5 points a game. This is someone who's had several 50-point games. You know, and in her final game in high school, she had a pretty sizable 64-35 win in the state championship game. She, of course, won the MVP, and she finishes her high school career. Now, it's just amazing that we're talking about a high schooler this way, but she finishes her high school career with these numbers. 4,796 points. Wild stats. I'm just saying, guys. I am just saying this is a number that belongs in the record books because she just letting everybody know that she can hoop. And you better watch out for Aaliyah Chavez. I mean, we'll see ultimately what continues to happen from here. But we do know that she is headed to Oklahoma. Whether or not she actually stays for all 4 years, honestly, I doubt it. Nowadays, I don't really expect any of these top players to stay with their original program. So, like, yeah, this is more like, in my opinion, more of a 1-year rental. Now, no one from her camp has said that she doesn't plan on staying all 4 years, but I just think, looking at the landscape of things, I don't know how she stays for 4 years. Also, if you didn't know, she actually won the Gatorade Player of the Year award also. So here's the deal. This is a team that she chose with no championships, right? She chose a program with 0 championships, but she chose a coach in Jenny Baranczyk who is building something special, something real, something hopefully very sustainable in Norman, Oklahoma. She chose to go where she's probably going to be a centerpiece, not just a piece of a stacked puzzle. I am excited to ultimately see what she's able to do at Oklahoma. Oklahoma women's basketball players were watching live the announcement that Aaliyah was making, and when she said it, Oklahoma, y'all, maybe I'll find the video eventually, but like Oklahoma, they were so excited, guys, so excited about the fact that she's headed over there, because next year we're gonna see Reagan Beers and Aaliyah Chavez connect, and it's gonna be fun. It is going to be pretty fun. She said that she's gonna bring a national championship to Oklahoma, so we'll ultimately see what happens. It's bold. It's a bold claim to make. However, she is that player, right? She's a player who can knock down big shots. She's a player who's a hype machine, a built-in hype machine, and she's small, but she can make some stuff happen. And the bigger stage is headed her way, and we'll ultimately see what happens. We'll see what happens through the career, the college career of Aaliyah Chavez. She's someone from Lubbock, Texas, who has taken her game to being worth well over $1 million for 1 year at a college. The blueprint, leads her to Oklahoma. The Sooners did not just land a new recruit; they landed a person who, again, built-in hype machine, someone who can just get a lot of attention, and we'll ultimately see what happens from here. All right, let's see y'all comments, and then we will move on. We will move on. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me. Thank you so much, Daryl, for the super sticker. It is a purple cat, so I appreciate it. Appreciate the super sticker for Daryl. Really do appreciate that. Scottish says, I am happy she has not chosen one of the old guard teams. LSU, UConn, South Carolina are too used to getting the pick of high school players. Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. AT says Aaliyah picked Oklahoma for that Jordan deal. LOL. I mean, hey, supposedly she's gonna be making over $1 million. Reportedly, she's gonna be making over $1 million wherever she chose to go. And hey, it's pretty interesting. Good morning, Jay. Hope you're doing well. What's up, Frank? Hope you are doing well. Josh says women's hoops really about to be number one, and I love it. I mean, yeah, women's basketball is here. It's here. Yeah, I think she's gonna do her thing. She is going to do her thing at Oklahoma, and hey, I just love the fact that like you have someone who's had this much hype for so long. Like truly, I have known about this girl for years now because Ball is Life is always posting her. There's always some hype video about her. And I'm just like, man, when will this girl ever leave high school? Like she's just everywhere. And finally, she's done with high school basketball and she's headed to the college game where we can actually really see what she's all about. Like I've seen her game. Like she's really good. However, you just never know exactly how that translates to college. And so I'm really interested to ultimately see what she does, because I think she can have a potential to be a very, very, very special player for years to come. All right. Anything else y'all have to say? Let's see. Pam says she didn't even visit South Carolina. They were added for clout. It was quite disingenuous to include them. I mean, yes. The reason why they kept putting South Carolina in there because they know how serious of a program South Carolina is, and they know if you're putting that South Carolina is one of your tops, you're going to get a lot more attention because people are going to be like, oh man, that's a very, very serious school, right? It's if Don Staley wants you and Don Staley's going to back up the brink trucks just like everybody else, okay, well it's a bigger deal. So yeah, she put South Carolina in there for a reason. Yeah. I don't think she would have ever picked South Carolina because the game that South Carolina plays I don't think necessarily fits her and her style. She is someone who literally gets any and every shot that she wants. And I don't know if she would like it if she went to South Carolina and sat on the bench, because she needed to play defense, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, South Carolina was in the mix. I never actually believed she would go to South Carolina. Never believed it. And so we'll see. Reagan Beers and Aaliyah Chavez. I think that could be pretty fun in Norman. I think that could be really, really, really fun. Jasper says Chavez is a certified chucker. She picked the right school. I mean, I think Jenny will, not allow her to take as many shots as she did in high school. But yeah, I think when you are the end all be all for your high school team, where you are able to shoot whatever shot you want in high school, it's a different game when you go to college. And so I think some stuff will change. I mean, one, because you're also playing with some really good shooters at Oklahoma, plus Reagan Beers down low. I think she's going to have to be more of a facilitator type player, right? So anyway, let's move on, guys. We're on a tight schedule today. But actually, real quick, we got a super chat. Thank you so much, Clamp, for the super chat. Says, agreed, Aaliyah's style is too ball dominant for South Carolina. Yeah, it doesn't fit. It wouldn't fit. If she chose South Carolina, to be honest with you, like for her future basketball prospects, I think that's a better bet. It'll force her to like change the way she plays basketball, which is, I think, a good thing. But she wouldn't have like she would have. Yeah, I don't think she would have. Nah, it wouldn't have worked out. Anyway,